Hello, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we'll be looking at collecting and organizing your business data. Before we proceed, I would like to introduce myself again. My name is Naomi Obagwu. I am a data analyst and the founder of LED Consulting, and I'm on a mission to help young entrepreneurs understand their business using data and simple language so they can grow with confidence, make better decisions, and stop guessing their way through business. So, through this video, you learn how to gather the right data for your business, organize and analyze it in a simple and useful way, as well as build a basic tracking system. Now, what are the types of data you should collect? In my previous video, we looked at data in its essence, that is business data. So now we're looking at what types of data we should collect. For small businesses, those that are just starting, you should collect the customer data, product, service, performance data, marketing data, and sales data. And I will be going into this very briefly. Now we have the customer data. So the customer data contains your customer information. It helps you understand who your customers really are. So the examples of data would be the name of the customer, the location where they are, the customer, the contact information also, that is where you can reach them whether through social media or their private phone numbers or email, then buying preferences as well as customer customer feedback. So the next one is product or service performance data. You also have to gather this, collect this data. You have to know what items are performing well. You have to know the ones that are least profitable, so you know whether to drop it or to try to market it more. You have to know what services are most requested, and all this helps you understand what the customers are really interested in. For the next one, we'll be looking at marketing data. So, marketing data helps you show what marketing activities are working. For example, if you do ads or the regular traditional marketing, that is walking around the road and going out to meet people wherever they are, or social media, right? You gather data on how many people you've been able to reach out to and those who were actually interested in patronizing you. So examples include social media post engagement, like I said, ad performance, promotion results, and customer inquiries. And lastly, sales data. Sales data is very, very important because it helps you track growth and measure results. So you know if you're actually doing well in your business or not. So for sales data, you want to keep track of your daily sales volume, your revenue per product, your the number of new and returning buyers. You have to know if the customers that you're selling to are actually coming back. Then sales by channel, whether offline or online, or whether through social media or referrals. Now, we'll be going into collecting data if you have no website. So you don't have a website, you're still a small business, you're still trying to grow your business into one of those big companies one day. And you're thinking, how can I track data? How can I collect data without having a website? So there are simple ways that are actually free that you can use to collect data. The first one is your transaction logs. Whenever your customer pays, you can just, write it down. Write it down. Then we have your WhatsApp or IG other messages, those messages your customers sent you. You can also do that. You can use simple spreadsheets, you can use Google Forms, you can use your POS receipts, you can use customer notebooks. You can have a notebook for just keeping records of the your customer contact information. The thing is, every business is already generating data. You just need to organize it so that you will be able to use it to inform your decisions. Now, collecting data with limited tools, like we already said, the previous one was collecting without a website. So now, if you decide that you want to use um, tools, you can use, like I said, Google Forms, screenshot of your social media analytics. Those platforms now include analytics. I know about the LinkedIn analytics as well as the Instagram analytics as well as Facebook also. So you can actually check them out to know how your post in terms of your product or service is performing. Then your phone contact lists also, then your paper logs, as well as device notes. If you have a notepad on your phone, you can actually use that to also store data. Tracking offline sales. Now, if you sell offline, for those of you who probably have a store, a shop that they can walk into, you want to track your walk-in customers regardless of whether they buy or not. You can have a notebook in front or biometrics or whatever you can afford at the stage that you are, and make sure everyone is signing in and signing out, right? And when they walk in, you keep a track of that, what they bought, keep a track of that, the time of their visit, the time they came in, because you might, from there you might be able to see if there is a specific time that most of your customers come in to your store, and then how they heard about you. Maybe they got referred by a friend, or maybe they saw a post on social media about your store and they decided to check it out, and the amount that is spent in total at your store. This helps you understand your offline customer journey. Data organization basics. Now, we know about collecting the data, we know about the tools that we can use to collect these data, but how do we structure it? You have to give your data structure, right? The goal is clarity, not complexity. You don't want it to look complex. You want it to be so organized in a way that you can actually use it. So you can start simple with tables, dashboards, and basic reports. Let's look at tables. Now, tables help you structure your raw data. Table creates order from chaos. Instead of just writing it on a single line, why not put it in a table to segregate the date from the product, from the buyer, from the amount, and from whatever channel they might be using? This does not have to be your headline, right? This one was just what I decided to use for this content. So we can see that the date is structured in one line. Um, this store actually sells rice and beans, and your customers, most of the customers came from WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook, right? It gives structure. Now you're able to read it. Okay, if I'm looking for these dates, you'll be able to check it out and see the customers that bought on that date, or the total revenue generated for that day. Okay, so then we go to dashboard. So after creating your table, there are simple analysis that you can do, which I would also, talk about in another video. But there are simple analysis that you can do with structured tables on Google Sheets or Excel. Right? There are free tools that you can use to collect your data. And after doing those summary, you can actually create dashboards with them. That is charts, graphs, summaries, or visual representation of your data, so that you can better see how well you're performing. So dashboards summarize performance with visuals like charts, like I already mentioned, graphs and summaries. They help you see business performance at a glance. So instead of having a list of all your data, your orders, of your products and all that, Your dashboard shows you which product is performing well, the revenue you're generating, like we can see from the example, you know, the days when you're selling well, and so on. Now, simple reports. So, a simple weekly report. At the end of every week, you should actually create a report to know how well you did this week. So, a simple report may include your total sales for the week. So, what was my total sales for the week for my business? Best selling product. What product performed the best? What product sold the most? New customers. Marketing channel performance. Okay, this week did most of my customers come from Instagram, or were they offline? Were they, referred by a friend? These are things that you should check. And key observations, maybe looking at your data, there are some other things that you notice, like you yourself, depending on what questions you want that data to answer, can say, okay, these are key observations that I have noticed for this week. Most of my customers bought from me on Saturday, or bought from me at 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Right? Reports turn data into insights. Lastly, we're going to be going into key takeaways, right? So, every small business should collect customer sales, product, and marketing data. You should keep track of your data. You're already generating data as long as you sell, as long as you interact with your customers, you are generating data. You just need to collect it and organize it in such a way that you can use it to inform your decisions. Because businesses that use data do perform better and grow faster than businesses that do not. Customer data helps you understand who your buyers are and what they want. Customer data helps you understand who your buyers are and what they want. When you collect your customer data, you get to understand them more, their buying preferences, what they like, what products they're actually more interested in, what product they're not really interested in. It helps you understand them better. It helps you know how to please them, how to serve them better. Product and service data shows you what sells well and what is not profitable. Yes, your product and service data will tell you, okay, this is what the product that is doing well, this is the service that's doing well, and this is the one that is performing the least. And then you decide from there what you're going to do about that. Marketing data helps you see which platforms and promotions actually work. Yes, your marketing data will tell you, okay, this the posts you're making on Instagram, for example, if you're only posting picture posts, or you're posting pictures and real posts, and then you see that most of your real posts are getting higher engagement than you know your picture post. So that's what marketing tells you. So then you decide to post more reels. Or maybe you see that most of your customers are coming from LinkedIn compared to Instagram or to other social platforms. And then it's telling you LinkedIn, whatever you're doing on LinkedIn is working. All right. So that is what the marketing data does for you. Sales data help you track growth and measure business performance. Yes, sales data shows you how your business is performing, if you're doing well or not. You can collect data even without using a website. If you don't have a website, that's fine. You can collect data using WhatsApp, your Instagram chats, notebooks, receipts, Google Forms, which is also a free tool. Data does not have to be perfect, it just has to be useful. Start with what you have, start where you are. Offline businesses that should track walk ins, purchases, time of visits, and customer source. Just because you have a store and most of your customer comes in doesn't mean you shouldn't track your data. If you're not comfortable with asking them to sign in, you can actually do it yourself. All right, but I think there's nothing you should be ashamed of. Just you need this data to improve your business. You need to know about your customers to be able to improve your business. Organizing data in simple tables make it easier to understand and use. Yes, instead of collecting it in should I say qualitative way, you can actually structure it using tables, and it will be simpler and easier for you to understand. Dashboards and simple reports help turn raw data into clear insights for business decisions. Yes, I told you dashboards creates a visual representation of your data so you can actually see what's going on with your data. And simple reports also does the same thing, creating weekly reports to know okay how well you're performing, so that you are informed at every stage of your business. And in doing that, it helps you turn your data into insights, clear insights that you can use to make smarter business decisions. Additional resources, yes, so we're coming to an end of this video. uh, I have two free books that I've written for you young entrepreneurs. The first one is the Essential Data Guide for Solopreneurs. This is a 25-page data guide. It is entirely free, and it is beginner friendly. You will get to understand data in its essence using this guide. And then the business clarity workbook, it helps you sit down with it, you work with it for just 20 minutes, and your business gets clearer to you, right, when you answer those questions. And both of them are available on Seller. I will be dropping the link in the description so you can actually get them, download them for free. And also join led community. The led community is a free space for young entrepreneurs to get weekly tools, data and business tips and support. It's a place to learn, to grow, and to build your business with people who understand your journey. You can register here. I would also be posting that in the description below. Stay connected with me, my business led consulting and led community. Follow us on social media for more tips, lessons, and resources to help you grow your business. These are my Instagram, TikTok, and other social platform handles. Do well to follow